how do you describe the story of us to others?
I kind of said before, but like I always emphasize like what are the odds that we actually would meet, never mind that like we'd work and get together and all that. So I almost just feel it's like, I don't know, two lost souls, whatever you want to say, like come together. It's such like destiny or something. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. And obviously then like we're opposites. You're feminine and masculine, you know what I mean, like that. You're black and white. Like there's just so many crazy things like that I'm like, yeah, we're definitely like the whole opposites attract.
Yeah. I think I normally just put it in a sentence like the beauty of differences. Yeah. Or the similarities and differences or something. Yeah, I think that's, we cannot ignore the differences, but it's like the beautiful part. Yeah.
What do you get from our relationship that you don't get anywhere else?
My ability to be vulnerable. Yeah. I mean, it's with you. I can be me in the fullness of, all that there is to Jimmy. You get it. Yeah. I normally, I normally tend to build a gate.
Yeah.
When.
And it goes up quick.
Other people. Yeah. I mean, So with you, I let go of all the layers and, all the gates and so my ability, and it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful to have a moment like that. It's kind of serene. I don't have to like be anything. I just have to be me, because I've come to a place of realizing that you loving me is like the entirety of all that there is to me. You get so my ability to be vulnerable, that's one of the major and strongest thing I get out of our relationship. What would it be for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed for you, I mean, maybe the vulnerability, but I also said peace. Like, I've seen when all your friends are together, like Nigerians can be a whole lot, as you say. I think I said it to you all the time. The connection obviously is very important, but it's just like that I can tell you any stupid thought that pops into my head, like just somebody to tell like the stupid workplace gossip, or just like the ordinary boringness of life that like you just get to share with someone else, like all of the random thoughts. You just feel really like human. I don't know, like you said, you don't need any filter or anything. It's just like, here's this, I made a word, ranky. Let's decide what we think it means. You know what I mean?
Our own vocabularies.
Yeah, things like that. Just love that connection.
When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about loving me?
I mean, obviously, you are right that it was like after the surgery, when like you couldn't do anything. I mean, you were just lying on the floor, recovering. And like you can be a little bit of a bad patient, okay, if I'm honest.
How dare you?
But I guess it was just how you didn't complain about having to be vulnerable and all that. You know what I mean? So many people could easily be like, oh, just make it awkward, you know what I mean? But you just ran with it and trusted me with it, you know what I mean? Which is quite nice.
I mean, it's the first time I've had someone, not my mom, care for me like that. And
my love.
Sorry.
My love. You okay?
Yeah, I think the love and care you showed me in those times, the only person who showed me that much is my mom. And And just like, and we were relatively new to each other. And it's just like, who is this random stranger who would just choose to prioritize me so much in their life? It's a lot. Because I felt like it was a lot of pressure on the relationship. It was still very new, and to say, "Oh, you never complained. You were happy doing it." And
I mean, there was some times where I was like, oh.
Well, you never showed it to my face.
Yeah, exactly.
You never showed it to my face, and it just means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
but what's
I've told you, I and my mom, we have like a really strong relationship, and that's when we do anything for me. So to see you come close to doing that much, it really meant a lot to me. And I would say I learned how to love. I've learned how to love really from just the things you do. So thank you.
Yeah, but it's also like, because it was the same thing that basically killed your mum's dad. It meant so much to her as well. And I always remember on the bus home, we were waiting for the bus at the bus stop, and your mum started crying, talking about it when I was saying that we had finally booked the surgery, that it was happening, but that she wasn't going to be able to be here when it actually happened. And I remember her crying, and I was just like, wow, like, if she was, I didn't know the whole backstory and all that. She was telling me. I was like, wow, like, damn. And like, it wasn't even that major in the end, because I guess you're younger and he was older and all that. But the fact that like, it's still all good.
Yeah, and I think the only reason why, she didn't, after the consultation, with the surgeon, the only reason why she didn't fly back again to just make sure that she was there for my, for the after surgery care and everything. I think she just trusted you. I think that was the first time she was going to meet you.
Yeah,
that was the first time she was going to meet you. And she just felt so comfortable that I was in, good hands. She wouldn't just keep quiet about how amazing you are, how lucky I am, even though sometimes she still calls you friend.
Yeah.
And I don't correct her. I mean,
it's fine.
I try to.
I
like to go easy, and
I understand from her point of view.
Yeah, I'm like, anyway. Yeah, it's like we have friendship going on here.
Yeah. No, but like when we're together, like with her, she acknowledges. I mean, when she's in Nigeria, like there's so many things. Like
whenever she's actually talking about how amazing you are and how grateful, she is that you were just there to do all that she should have done and everything. Yeah.
And then she rewarded me by almost killing me with some spicy food.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Anyway. What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why?
I think that would be, it's not really a pain, it's a subtle trauma. And we talked about it a few minutes ago, which is your fear of being broke. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it can drive you sometimes to a point, because I feel like even when the statistics are saying like, we are grand, we are okay, we are where we want to be, and stuff like that, I feel like you still have this you're just still so a bit paranoid around finances and stuff like that, and you've said it's that it's from when you were students and stuff like that, and all the things you had to and I feel like I could have the ability. I wish I could have the ability rather to like erase that memory so that you could just leave without that sort of fear running somewhere in your heart.
Yeah,
and that'll be it for me, really.
Fair. I don't know, what would I heal in you? I guess it's just like all of the friendships and stuff that you've lost in Nigeria from coming out. That's very shit, let's be honest. And it upsets you. And it's like it's not like ripping off a single plaster. It's like every single time you have to do it. And like only last week when they just message you out the blue, being like, Pastor Jimmy, you're gay, what? You know what I mean? Which is like an insane thing to do, but like whatever. And it's just, I know it just hurts you every single time. So yeah, I wish I could heal that.
I mean, the holes are still there because there's people who've been my friends in my formative years, and we've had so much memories, so much declaration of love to each other. We've fought for each other, made so much sacrifices for each other. We believed together because most of my friends, are like, we meet in the church. I've always been a church boy, and to see that they demonize me, all of a sudden they don't like want to be my friend. They feel like,
and like they deny your Christianity.
And to say that they'd forsake our relationship and all we've had just because I choose to love differently. It made me question a lot of things, like, were they really my friends? Like, it just, and for every time I keep losing people and losing people and losing people, it makes me scared of being vulnerable to people again, because it's just like, I'm like, at the end of the day, it's conditional. So I can only be loved if I'm straight, and it just breaks my heart, really. And when I think of all the friends I've lost in the last 2 years, when I've been more, accepting of myself,
and I definitely feel like a guilt to a certain extent that I'm the one who's inflicted this on you, and like obviously know that it's a positive thing that you are living more yourself as Jimmy, but still, which is why I'm almost like, you don't have to tell anyone anything in mind. No, I mean, I'm obviously happy, because, but in those moments, I'm like, I was the one who started this chain, I feel, of events.
I think all you did was just, you kind of, just loved me in your own way. And I just wanted to, I don't want you to be a secret. I feel like what we have is too beautiful. And I want to share it with everyone who are my loved ones. I want to let them know that this is the development in my life, and this is it. I'm experiencing something so divine, and I just want to share it with them. Like, I couldn't keep quiet about it, and to see that what I was so excited to share, it's so disheartening. It's so sad, but you fam.
Beauty and pain.
Yeah, it's I'm glad I'm making true friends now, and and I hope years would prove that these ones are not, conditional. That's unconditional. What is one experience you can't wait for us to share, and why?
I mean, I obviously want to get married to you. As excited as I am for like the kind of court wedding, blah blah, I'm most excited for like when we plan the big one, and like in front of all of our friends and family, we get to celebrate us, and I'm just super excited for that. Like, I think it'll be such just an amazing day. Plus, it's going to be the whole like Irish Nigerian fusion, however the hell that's going to work. Like,
bunch of Irish and Nigeria.
The food is either going to kill my family or be boring to your family. I mean, I don't know how we're going to manage that. But
we're going to manage it so well.
But I'm very, very excited for that.
Yeah, basically, I think so for me. Yeah, it's just gonna be a big day, like where we have to like share it with everyone. Yeah, and they get to just see the beauty in difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point, if someone is to tell me to like, can you give a title to the book of your life with
Beauty
shame?
and difference.
The beauty in differences, yeah.
It wouldn't be Wahala, no.
Nigerian wahala.
What does my love feel like?
Your love feels like peace.
A suffocating blanket. No, I don't know. Peace.
It feels like peace. Like it's just so peaceful. You know, when I get all these attacks, you know, messages from, you know, I've gotten loads of messages from my friends in church and telling me
Instagram.
how my soul is gonna perish in hell and everything. And when it gets to me most times, if not all the time. Not what the gospel they are preaching. I mean, obviously they are naive of the scripture, but just to know that there's an end. And when I get so much backlash from the world, there is a solace I find in you. There's your love feels like home. It feels like peace. It feels like I'm protected. It feels like a constant. Yeah. It feels like a constant.
I'd have picked home as well.
Home.
Yeah, just feels like home. Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh, if I could have you and my family and everyone in the same place, it'd be amazing. But like, yeah, you know. And like I said, it's for me, it's so like just the mundane, like look at this stupid thing that popped into my head. Like I can tell you, like we can laugh, joke about stupid stuff. Like it's just the like no filters, like thing, the kind of relationship you have with your siblings, you know, where it's just there's no shame. I don't know. Yeah, that's why I say it feels like home. That'd be my guess.
Yeah. So let's agree. Our love feels like home.
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 Yeah. Let me guess.
Love you.
Love you too.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed that conversation at the end, visit theskindeep.com/shop, where you'll find more of our products to create the space to explore the relationships that are most important to you.